Hello and welcome to Arnie's Short Stories. I hope you enjoy this story. I'm going to try and upload a new story each day. The Stolen Star. Holly Arnold adjusted the straps of her navy blue dress, feeling the fabric cling awkwardly to her shoulders as she stepped into the grand hall of the Metropolitan Museum. The gala buzzed with life. Chandeliers cast golden light over guests in tuxedos and gowns, their laughter mingling with the clink of champagne glasses. At the room's heart stood the star, a diamond so flawless, so luminous, it seemed to pulse with its own heartbeat, drawing every eye like a celestial beacon. Tonight was its grand unveiling, a one-night exhibition before it returned to its private owner. Holly, though, wasn't here to gawk. She was here to work. At 19, Holly was the youngest apprentice to Detective James Carter, a seasoned investigator hired to oversee the star's security. She trailed him now, her sneakers hidden beneath her dress, silent against the marble floor. Carter, tall and graying, scanned the crowd with a hawk's precision. Eyes sharp. "Holly," he muttered. "A jewel like that. Someone's itching to snatch it," she nodded. Wealthy collectors, museum staff, security guards, all potential suspects swirled in a sea of silk and satin. The air thrummed with excitement, but beneath it Holly sensed something else. Tension. A thread pulled too tight, ready to snap. Then it happened. The lights flickered once, twice, and died. Darkness swallowed the hall. Gasps erupted. A woman shrieked. Holly froze, her pulse hammering in her ears. She strained to hear over the chaos footsteps, a rustle of fabric, then a sharp crash. Bless. Her stomach lurched. The star. Seconds stretched into eternity before the lights blazed back to life. The crowd blinked, disoriented, murmuring in confusion. Holly's gaze shot to the display case. There was the star, still glittering under its spotlight. Relief washed over her, but it was short-lived. Something nagged at her, a whisper of doubt. She stepped closer, ignoring the jostling guests, and peered through the glass. The star she'd studied had a secret, a tiny inclusion, a faint cloud trapped in its left facet, invisible to most but unmistakable to her trained eye. She'd memorized it from the dossier Carter had given her. This jewel, flawless. Too flawless. Her breath caught. "It's a fake." Detective Carter appeared at her side, his brow furrowed. "Oh, what? The star's been switched," Holly said, louder now. "The real one's gone." Before Carter could respond, the museum's alarms wailed. Steel shutters slammed down over the exits. "Ladies and gentlemen," the director's voice boomed over the intercom, "please remain calm. An incident has occurred. No one leaves until the authorities arrive." Holly turned to Carter, but he winced. "Bad timing. It's something I ate. Think it's food poisoning, Holly. I need to sit this out." Her heart sank. "I've got this, Detective. Rest. You're ready. Trust yourself." The museum was locked down, a thief trapped inside with the real star, and Holly Arnold was going to find them. The investigation begins. First things first, secure the scene. Holly approached Mr. Grayson, the head of security, a man with a face like weathered granite. "Mr. Grayson, can you cordon off the display case? We need to preserve evidence." He raised an eyebrow. "Then you are Holly Arnold, Detective Carter's apprentice. He's indisposed. I'm taking lead." Grayson grunted but complied. The crowd parted as guards roped off the case, its shattered glass glinting accusingly. Holly studied it. The lock was intact, no forced entry. Someone had a key or the skill to bypass it. An inside job, maybe? Next, suspects. She pulled out her notebook, her pen flying as she listed the glittering array of possibilities. Mr. Reginald Withington, a gem collector with a fortune and a rumored obsession with the star. Motive? Greed or pride? Mess, Isabella Fontaine, a glamorous actress drowning in debt. The star could be her lifeline. Dr. Elias Thorne, the museum curator with unparalleled access and knowledge. But why risk his career? Jake Malone, a rookie security guard, nervous and new. Easily swayed, perhaps. Mrs. Victoria Langley, an elderly widow, sharp as a tack despite her frail frame. A dark horse. Alexei Petrov, a Russian businessman with shady connections. Could this be an international play? Holly started with Dr. Thorne. He stood near the buffet, wringing his hands, his bow tie askew. Dr. Thorne, where were you when the lights went out, talking to Mrs. Langley? Over there, by the shrimp cocktails. Did you hear anything odd? Just the crash. It's a disaster. My reputation at the museums. She jotted that down. Next, Mr. Worthington, who lounged by a sculpture, sipping champagne as if nothing had happened. Mr. Worthington, you've wanted the star for years, haven't you? He smirked. I've bid on it, yes, but steal it, my dear. I don't dirty my hands. Holly moved under Miss Fontaine, who dabbed her eyes with a handkerchief, her mascara streaking artfully. I was right by the case. Someone brushed past me in the dark, rude, whoever they were. Holly pressed. A scent, maybe. Sandalwood cologne. Strong. Sandalwood. A clue worth chasing. Jake Malone fidgeted by his post, his uniform rumpled. I was here. He got turned around when the lights went out. See anyone near the case? Too dark, he said. Mrs. Langley sat primly at a table, her cane resting against her chair. I didn't move an inch, dear. My knees wouldn't allow it. Finally, Alexei Petrov, who leaned against a pillar, exuding cool defiance. I'm guess, not thief, he said. I enjoy art, not crime. Clues in the chaos. Interviews done. Holly needed hard evidence. She joined Mr. Grayson at the security desk, where infrared footage from the blackout flickered on a screen. A shadowy figure approached the case, swapped the jewels in seconds, and retreated. Mask gloved to no face to see. But as they turned, something dropped. Holly pointed. Zoom in, the image sharpened. Who's been to Paris? Miss Fontaine filmed a movie there last spring. Dr. Thorne attended a conference. Too broad yet. Back to the cologne. Holly weaved through the crowd, sniffing discreetly. Sandalwood wafted from Mr. Worthington expected, given his wealth. But Jake Malone, too. A security guard on a rookie's salary. Odd. Jake, she said, cornering him. Nice cologne? Sandalwood. Yeah, the gift. From who? Miss Fontaine, for fetching her purse earlier. A bribe? A distraction? She filed it away. Next, the security logs. The alarm was disabled at 8:45 p.m. for 2 minutes before the 9/0 blackout. Only 3 had access, Grayson, Thorne, and Jake. Grayson was outside, confirmed by his team. Thorne was due on stage. Jake claimed his card was stolen the afternoon a report backed it up. Someone used it then. A shy voice interrupted her thoughts. Emily, a museum intern, hovered nearby, twisting her apron. Miss Arnold's I saw something. It's okay, Emily. What? During the blackout. I was by the case. I heard whispering. 2 people. Something about the switched. An accomplice? Did you recognize the voices? No. I was scared. You're brave for telling me. Thank you. Time for cross-reference. Holly borrowed the gala's photo album from Sarah, the photographer. A shot at 8:58 p.m. showed the crowd Worthington by the case, Fontaine admiring it, Jake at his post. But Dr. Thorne? Not on stage, where he should have been for his 9/0 speech. He stood near the case, alone, checking his watch. In the 9:02 p.m. shot, he was on stage, mic in hand. 2 minutes to cross the hall in chaos. Possible, but tight. Why linger by the case? She confronted him. Dr. Thorne, you were by the case at 8:58. They explained I was checking the star. Before my speech, your speech was at 9:0. Why weren't you ready? Delayed in my tie. Holly pressed. The logs say your code disabled the alarm. The photos place you at the scene. What's the real story? He slumped. Fine. I took it. The star. Why, that's gambling. I'm ruined unless I sell it. How? My code shut off the alarm. During the blackout, I swapped it with a fake I had made. It took seconds. Where's the real star? My office in the Egyptian statue's base. Holly raced to his office, pried open the statue, and there it was, the star. She clutched it triumphant. The reckoning. Back in the hall, police swarmed in as Holly handed the star to Grayson. Dr. Thorne faced her, cuffs clicking around his wrists. You're good, Miss Arnold. Too good, it's about the details. Carter, recovered, clapped her shoulder. Brilliant work, Holly. You're a natural, she grinned, the star safe. The gala's glamour had faded, but Holly Arnold's star was just beginning to shine. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this story. Please don't forget to like and even better like and subscribe. Thank you very much, and I hope you have had a great day.